Now, though, it's time for what we think is a TV first, a bit of cultural history, an animated podcast. We're calling it a podtoon. And it's come from the most successful webcast team ever. Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington are in the Guinness Book of Records for amassing around 10 million downloads. When we asked if they'd like to do something for us, this is what they came up with.
Have you heard what they're doing?
Who's doing?
Scientists bringing the mammoth back.
Oh yeah, they're genetically engineering it. They're a few sort of million bits and pieces away, but they reckon they're going to be able to build a living mammoth in 2 years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What sort of Jurassic Park type stuff?
Sort of, yeah. Yeah. What do you think of that, Carl?
Do we need them?
What do you mean?
Well, is it worth messing about? Because I always think, well, whoever's like knocking one of these together, right?
Yeah.
They must be pretty bright. Right?
Yeah.
So whilst they're messing about with an airy elephant, could they be doing more useful stuff that the world needs?
Well, it's sort of like, it's fascinating. Even if on the face of it, it looks pointless, which it rarely is, scientific discovery. It's about conquering nature, isn't it? I mean, that's amazing, isn't it, that you could bring a mammoth back? What are the implications to bringing a mammoth back? Could they feed the starving? There's
what,
applications.
So you're saying,
well, I'm not
bring
saying
it back
anything.
to kill it, to eat it?
Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying that rarely is scientific discovery pointless and a waste of time in the greater scheme of things. We learn from this, don't we?
But don't you think the world's busy enough? It's like you can't hardly move. You know what I mean? And mammoths are taking up quite a bit of room if a load of them come back. We've already got elephants, which in my eyes are good enough. They do, they carry stuff about and that. Where would you put the mammoth if they get it going, right?
Yeah.
You pop it on give it the old electric shock and that, wake it up, and
Frankenstein's been watching.
And it's like,
all this information about science is about the Flintstones, Planet of the Apes, and Frankenstein.
In his head, they've got an elephant. They've put some carpet tiles over it, and they're trying to bring that back to life as a mammoth.
forget it then.
I'm joined now by the brains behind what we should maybe be calling a Carltoon. Welcome, Karl Pilkington.
Oh yeah, how are you?
Thanks, I'm good, yeah, thanks for coming in.
That's alright.
So, Karl, tell us about the Carltoon there. That's a world first, I think.
Well, I only did it for the culture show, because I do a podcast, don't I? Which is like a radio show for the computer. And I just thought it'd be a bit boring if we played a clip from it. So I got my mate Laurie to sort of do a little cartoon. And your boss came up with the Carltoon idea, which I thought was good. And yeah, I've just done that for you. I just thought it was quite topical with it being about global warming and that sort of thing.
So listen, right, the download is doing pretty well. 10 million downloads
something
worldwide.
like that, yeah. But that isn't that many in terms of how many people are sort of on the world.
Is that many in terms of what you expected to achieve?
When we did it, we thought we'd have about 10,000. So we put it out there, and it's had loads of downloads and that in like Australia and America, and had an Eskimo and that download it.
Really?
That was weird.
That was kind of cool.
So yeah, it's out there for everyone.
And do you think that you'll kind of cash in on it now and take the mega bucks?
Yeah, I'm earning a few quid. Not that much.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be here talking to you.
Yeah, well, exactly. You wouldn't bother, would you?
No.
I read recently in The Spectator, they've named you as Britain's funniest man. What do you think about that, about your following, your cult following?
I think it's daft. I think Ricky said that. I think he means, because he knows a lot of like comedians and that, and I'm not a comedian, so I think he sort of means, as a normal bloke, I'm the one who makes him laugh, probably.
I mean, people think that you're sort of putting on a character, don't they, on the podcasts?
Yeah.
I've had loads of people asking me, what's Karl really like?
I don't understand that, because you must know people who are like me.
Yeah.
I'm not sort of...
Well, I know you, Karl, so...
Yeah. So I'm an example, and I'm not mental, am I? I don't know if that's a term you can use.
Yeah.
But I'm just normal. I just want a normal life and everything.
You remain a bit of an enigma, really. I mean, even Ricky has never been round your house, has he?
No, I don't want him round the house.
Why not?
Well, because we live in London, there's loads of cafes and stuff where we can meet. He doesn't have to come in my house. I've only got a small flat anyway.
I was talking to him about it, and he was saying that it's become a bit of a kind of a chase situation between the two of you. He's trying to find out where you live, and he chased you through the street the other day.
He did, yeah. He was like, "Where are you going?" I said, "Oh, I'm going home," which I shouldn't have said. And normally I sort of lie and say, "Oh, I'm meeting someone." But he said, "Oh, you're going home, are you?" And then he said, "I'm going to follow you." And I was like, "No, you're not." And I looked behind and he was still there. So I started legging it, and he started legging it. And luckily I got away because I'm a bit fitter than him, and he was wearing shoes now.
He said it was because you had trainers on, yeah.
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, it's clear that I'm fitter than him. I don't know what he's playing at.
Drawing attention to himself.
He's got too much time on his hands, hasn't he, really, now? So, I mean, he always calls me and says he's busy doing films in America, and, oh, I'm doing extras, and I'm interviewing this person, that person, yet he's hanging around London, sort of hunting me down.
Trying to work out where you live.
Yeah, so don't tell him, you know, don't give him any information if he speaks to you.
I won't pass it on, no.
Right, cheers.
So what's next for you, then? I mean, apart from obviously trying to keep your location a secret.
Do you know what? I don't know. Just whatever comes up, and I think, oh, that's interesting.
We could give you, like, on here, Karl's Culture Corner. That would work. Reasonably alliterative.
Yeah, do that. I'll do that if that's on the offer.
And you could kind of go on a cultural journey. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Would it work?
Sure.
Well, you do films with Mark and that.
Yeah, Mark's got quite a bit of background knowledge.
Has he?
He says so. He seems to know a lot.
Yeah.
But then, you know, maybe all you need's an inquisitive mind, Karl. Thanks very much. Well, hopefully, cartoons will become a regular thing.
Cheers.